And when you told me, hey, let's talk about this, I'm like, yes, please, let's do this.
Also, networkers today are learning how to use this powerful tool that connects you with the world.
We're going to talk a little bit about some of those strategies. I mean, if you listening right now are one of those ones that say,
now I really want to make it happen.
Now I really want to have all those benefits that come with network marketing. So let's get started.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Networkers Dojo on Training Tuesday. It's the Jersey boy, Omar Redemar, and I'm super fired up tonight because we have a powerful topic. So get your gear ready, get your water, maybe go to the bathroom with your pee break. Hopefully sit down and take some notes because we're about to bring the fire. And joining me here tonight, all the way from the north of FEX, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who has all Latin America just saying, I want some of that. Yes, you know who he is, Daniel Hernandez. What's going on, man? How you feeling tonight?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm like ready, energized, focused. I love this topic. And when you told me, hey, let's talk about this, I'm like, yes, please, let's do this, because it's like so important right now, especially for the ones, I mean, if you listening right now are one of those ones that say, now I really want to make it happen. Now I really want to have all those benefits that come with network marketing. Now I really want to be free, financially free. Now I want to have all those bonuses from the company. Now I really want to grow my business. Now I really want to be, happy all the time, enjoying not only the marvelous supplements that our company has, but everything, all the benefits that we have in network marketing. And let's say it, I've checked other companies. I've checked everywhere else. We have the best company ever with us. We made the best decision ever, and we have the best tools also to be able to get all those benefits. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those strategies, some of those things that are indispensable. And Omar, thank you for that invitation and to be working here with you today. So let's get started.
Absolutely. When they asked me, who do you think is the best one to be on there with you? I said, well, I only got actually like 2-3 people in mind, but it popped up right there. Daniel is the one we need right now.
Oh.
Daniel is the one. I don't know if you recognize this, I'm wearing here tonight, but this goes way back. So for those of you who don't know, probably there's a little inside joke, but we actually were in a coaching group a little while ago without even knowing. And I didn't even know he was there. I probably saw him on a 14-day challenge, and I never thought he was part of our company. Because I'm like, this dude is good. So yes, tonight we're bringing up everything we've learned a little bit. So in case you haven't heard, videos is kind of like making things happen for great brands, big brands, but also networkers today are learning how to use this powerful tool that connects you with the world. And we're going to share with you tonight, what are the ones that are working, what is working. There's a lot more, but these are the essential ones that you must learn. So if anybody on here tonight is using social media to expose it, get some content, create content, expose himself, product, service, or or the company, that For Life is right now considered today by DSA the best the best longevity and immune system company. The best, not one of, all right? That's one to say. And if you didn't know, Forbes actually said that digital marketing is poised to be a whopping multi-billion-dollar industry. So digital marketing is not something you should try and see if it works. No, this works and we need it. And more than ever, we're growing eager people that are developing themselves and growing into powerful leaders like Danielle and everybody who's going to be on here tonight. After this, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people. I'm going to be sharing my screen, so bear with me and let's get this party started.
Yeah, while you're sharing the screen, I just want to say that just complimenting that what you just said, it's just digital marketing. It's not about is it gonna work? Is this a fad? Is this something that we're going to actually learn right now and it's just gonna change? No, it's just gonna evolve. It's gonna get even better. And every time it's going to be a higher percentage of the work that we're doing is gonna be digital. Yeah, the higher and higher. Soon we're gonna not even be using a cell phone. We're gonna have something integrated on whatever that we're not gonna need a cell phone anymore.
And probably be a hard drive. God knows what it could be, but it's definitely gonna evolve and it's gonna grow fast. And we need to learn, the fundamentals of it, but also, to understand. When I started in this profession, they used to tell us, we are going to eliminate the middleman, right? So if we're gonna eliminate the middleman, the transportation, the ads, the promotion, we become that voice of the company. We're going to share with you tonight. Let me know if you guys can see it over there.
Perfect.
All right, so welcome everybody. We're gonna be covering tonight the 5 type of videos for more views and engagement without being an influencer. So don't think you have to have 1 million followers and you got to be all Kardashian or nothing like that. You and I, simple me and simple you, can actually begin to crush it and get attention. Because as Gary Vee says, attention trading is today's currency. Attention is today's currency. So meet your trainers on here tonight. It's the Jersey boy, Omar Redemar from New Jersey, USA, and the man, the myth, the legend, Daniel Hernandez from Mexico. I said Mexico City, but he's over there a little higher from north in Mexico. We both leaders and former members of Industries Coaching Group, which I was talking about, my shirt. Also, over 5 years of using videos to attract quality leads and you know, on social media. Everybody's quality, but you know, when you talk about quality leads, you know who you want to attract. And we're going to talk about that, niching it down. He's going to cover on that. And graduates of a 14-day challenge back in the days. That's like, wow, yeah. Sounds so far away. So just to give you a little heads up, you know, we've been involved in videos for quite a little bit. So we might be able to add 2 cents tonight. We definitely don't know it all, but we learn and we teach. We learn, we implement, and we teach. So that's one of the things that I want to definitely highlight. So tonight we're going to be covering dialing down your niche, key marketers are pulling people in, understanding what value pass is, different type of video content to get more attention. We're definitely going to be covering on this. Hopefully we'll make it in very shortly tonight and brief, but let's get this party started. Daniel, you have anything to add before I press that gas?
No, let's step it on. Let's do it. You know.
All right, so let's begin with a niche well dialed in. But you know what? I'm going to let Daniel bring it down because he has a very peculiar way to give you the right information. Daniel, go ahead.
Thank you, man. Yeah, well, I just wanted to make it as clear as possible. You know, I mean, one of the things here is not to be able just to explain things, but to make them simple. You know, I mean, that's the magic of network marketing. I mean, when you actually get to be a networker, you want to make things extremely simple so that they can be duplicatable and people can actually be, I mean, energized and also want to try things. You know, it's just about trying things, you know, about trying something different. And something important here is that as it says here, a very brief definition that I wrote here is like a niche is a specific focused area of the market that caters to the unique needs and interests of a particular group of people. What is that? I mean, here the main idea is that you gotta know who you're talking to. You know, I mean, that's the thing. In the past, they used to say, talk to everyone and to everybody. Network marketing is to all. I mean, but it's different in social media. Yeah. In social media, you have billions of people that can see you. You know, I'm going to repeat that. Billions of people that can see you, that you can get in front of them. And if you paid attention to what Omar said before, he said that we're the face of the company. We're the face of our products. We're the face of our testimonials. You know, we are the face of that trajectory that we have during network marketing. Yeah, we are the ones that are there instead of the company paying millions for publishing and marketing and everything. We are the ones that do that. And that's why they pay us so well, you know, because we do that. And so the better people we get connected with and the better our communication is with them and the more direct it is to them, you know, it's a lot easier for them to digest it. And just think about what you follow on Instagram or in YouTube, the channels that you like, you know, most of them are very specific. They're very specific. Maybe you are looking for, you like tutorials about, for example, in my case, I love going to a gym, you know, so I follow 2 or 3 channels that I like about weightlifting, you know. They are very specific about weightlifting, nothing else, you know, and it's like a very scientific perspective. So it's even more niche, you know, it's a scientific perspective on bodybuilding. So it's even more specific. Maybe other people say, no, I don't like bodybuilding. I want to have cycling, you know, and they're going to find channels that have to do only with cycling. And that's also the way that you can connect to people. So what is your niche? Well, who are you talking to and how are you helping them? Every business person, whoever it is, every entrepreneur, yes, we solve problems. That's what we do. You know, we come up with solutions. That's it. That's what we do. So how can you help people? What solutions have you already discovered within network marketing or in your life in general? You know, for example, in my case, one of the main problems that I had to solve at the beginning was to change my mind, you know, my mindset, because I only knew how to be an employee. I didn't know how to be an entrepreneur. So that was one of the main things that I had to change. And I know that I can help someone understand that. I know that I can help someone with that mindset. So that's an obstacle that I can help people with. that's why I do that in my social media. Those are the kind of people that I focus on. The ones that really want to change, make that change, change their mentality to really understand what is to be an entrepreneur, different to be an employee. Because that's something that happened to me. I didn't know how to be an entrepreneur. Maybe someone that enters network marketing and was already an entrepreneur already had that kind of mindset. I didn't have it, So maybe in your case, maybe it was I don't know, a health issue that you had to overcome. Maybe you also wanted to learn how to work from home and you learned how to do it using social media, using network marketing. Maybe you wanted to lose some pounds and you did it as well. Yeah. Or maybe you had problems with your gut or anything, and that's something you can help people with. So you got to know that's something that is very, very relatable. And any problem that you have a solution for, it's extremely relatable because you're a human and you're connecting with humans. So it's very simple to connect with them,
I want to add to that before you continue.
Go ahead.
Just to piggyback on that, it doesn't move from there. But you're solving a problem of something you might have even experienced. So one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to speak to the person you were. That's basically you, 2 steps behind. But 2, you're going to learn to speak to in a way to attract people that want to change. Because you don't want to be chasing people. No, you're gonna learn how to talk in a way once you start creating content that you're going to speak their language. You're going to be in the conversation they have in their mind because they want a change. They want a better health. They want some better their finances. Maybe they want to spend more time with their family. Exactly. Whatever it is, once you start creating content, you get in the conversation that's going between their ears, and that's game changing. Go ahead. I just want to add that.
Omar, I love what you just said right now because it's fundamental. It's fundamental to know who you're going to be connecting with. Yeah. And as you said, you're not searching. I mean, you're just not looking for anybody. As it says here, why is it important? Because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. Yeah. I mean, you really have to talk to those ones that are trying to change their life. Those ones that are looking for a solution. If you have a solution, you want to talk to someone that wants that solution. Am I right? So that way it's a lot easier to help them out, and they are going to be happily part of your company, a part of your industry, part of your team. They are easily going to connect with you, and they're going to become not only more than your fans, they're going to become family. It's like they're going to become that part of, like we are. I mean, we just like connect and we love our vibe, and there are people like that vibe, similar to each other, and that's the main idea. And how do you find your niche? Well, identify your passions, your skills, and the specific problems that you can solve for a particular group of people. And we're not talking about you being, as Omar said, you don't need to be that super mega influencer. You don't need to be also, I don't know, you don't need to be a doctor to do this business. You don't need to be a specialist. You don't need to be a professional in that area. You just need to have the solution. Yeah. You just need to know, maybe you had that specific problem, you overcame it. That's okay. That's the way that you can actually share it. As you said, Omar, and this is amazing, and we're connected in the same thing because it's that you're talking to yourself a few months ago, I mean, you're from the past that were looking for that solution. Yeah. And that's how you're going to be talking. And that's the language that you're going to be speaking, and the same language that you talk, because that's the kind of person that you're going to find as well. Someone that is going to connect the same way that you connect. Right, Omar?
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're trying to get. We're trying to be understand that you're going to be 2 steps ahead of the person you were before, obviously, but you're going to know how you were talking to yourself, what were you looking for, what was going on in your mind, what were you saying, what was keeping you up? Let's just say that. What was keeping you up at night that you were like, I have to find something or I have to change something? So that's really powerful because, there's one quote that has been misunderstood and misquoted for years, for decades, I dare to say. Just a quote from Benjamin Franklin, I think it is. He says, jack of all trades, master of one. It doesn't say none. A lot of people think he says, oh, jack of all trades, master of none. No. Look, go Google it after this broadcast. You're going to see jack of all trades, master of one. So you're going to be able to learn how to talk about a little bit of everything, but you're going to be master in solving one problem. What is that problem? The one you had before you found the solution. So that goes very deep right there.
Yeah, that was an awesome. I didn't know that, so thank you for sharing that, Omar. And and just before going into the next slide, I just want to remind you that we talked a little bit about niche, because if you don't have that very specific niche, even if you have the most amazing, very beautiful reels and the best videos, and you learn the 5 types and you start making them, but you don't know who you're talking to, you're not going to be able to connect to the right people.
And that's the time to watch, because who's going to find you? How are you going to find it if you're not talking to nobody? That's powerful. That's powerful.
That's when people say, oh, it's because social media is so hard. No, let me tell you something. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any social media wants you to be successful, because for them, I mean, for them it's better if you're successful because people are going to be there in that that
They want
platform.
people to be stuck. They want to be
Exactly.
there for soon.
Because you're going to be so good that they want to see you. So Instagram wants people to find you. That's why you need to be so defined that Instagram knows who to put your profile in front of, you know? I mean, it's like, okay, now I know what you mean. Now I know who you help. Now I can show your profile to the other people. I mean, it really wants you to be successful, but you got to tell them what you do. You got to tell them who you help, you know? So be very defined in your niche so that you can be more successful. And if your niche was everywhere, and as it happens to all of us, and we modify it and we tune it, I don't know, Omar, how many times have you changed or have you modified or tuned your niche?
I just tuned it in a few weeks ago.
That's
It's
like,
constantly, because you become not an expert, but you become mastering your craft.
yeah,
And you start, closing. If you look at a funnel, it starts closing down. That's the same, concept. When you start niching down, you start closing it, and you
sure.
start dialing it to a point where you know who you're talking to.
Exactly. Yes.
I
So
just did a video. Imagine to a point. I did a video today that talks about menopause. I'm a man.
awesome.
And I got women commenting, women writing to me, oh my God, this video you put, I put on, I use all platforms. But listen, for the first time in history, social media, the algorithm works in such a way that puts your content to the consumer. So you're not chasing a consumer, right? So for the first time in history, now imagine to a point where there's something called the TikTokification of social media.
Yeah.
That's in the book, Day Trading Attention by Gary Vee. And he says TikTok, like they just changed the whole landscape to such a point where LinkedIn now has a For You page. LinkedIn, which is a professional, social media to look for jobs or careers, now it has a For You page. It exposes your content to people, so they can find you instead of you looking for people. Imagine,
Yeah.
we're living in times where I'm not saying it's easy, but it's very simple to get eyes on. You just got to have the right strategy, the right way to go about it, and that's what you're gonna learn tonight.
Exactly. No, this is amazing. And well, we can talk hours about this, but
I know
let's
today.
continue. Let's
Before you think about what you're gonna post, how you're gonna create the content, this is something I want you to have in your mind. The Value Pass Test. Okay? And what does that stand for? It's an acronym. The P, does it fulfill your promise? Your promise is gonna go with the person you help, which should be aligned with your bio, with your bio. Your I help statement. I want to say it like that. A lot of people probably don't understand it. Your I help statement should be in your bio underneath your profile picture. That's the person you're helping. So the P, it should fulfill the promise of the person you're trying to help.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the first one, P. The next one, it's very simple, is A. Is it aimed to your right person? Now, what do I mean by this? Because sometimes, here's the thing. If you, and I'm going to say it as it is, I love you all. I'm not throwing it, and I don't think anybody on here, but if you have a certain I help statement, oh, well, I help single moms live their best life, whatever, which that could be a lot niche down better. We'll talk about that in another training. But if you help single moms live a better life, but I go on your page and all I see is you're sharing memes from other people, you're sharing other people's reels, you're not creating content. Is it aimed to the right person? Are you talking to the right person? Because now you're talking, through memes and stuff, and people are going to be laughing, and it's okay. There's a part of that. Trust me, funny is money, but there's a way you can do it to be more authentic on it. The next one is the S. Does it solve a problem? Is it something that is solving a problem for the person you're trying to talk, like you promised? So it doesn't mean you're gonna end your problems and fix everything, but it's helping. Is it shareable? If it's something that can somebody find this, and is it shareable? Okay. So that's when you find and say, okay, this is something I could probably share. Does it make one's life better, easier, or more fun? If you think about this Value Pass test before you post, trust me, you are going to begin, your brain is just going to start flowing. Like you're going to start having all these creative ideas. So there'll be days, and I promise you, Daniel, I know you're going through this. There'll be days where you don't have enough time to record all the videos you love because you have so many ideas going on and you want to bring them all out, and you're not going to have time.
Sure.
That's the point you're going to get. It's going to start flowing. A lot of people think, oh my God, where do you get all that content? Look, you just got to let your brain free. Be
Sure.
you. Don't matter. Look, man, I don't have a perfect English. I'm kind of I'm always high energy. That might repel some people. Like some people hop on my page and they've even, they chatting with them like, dude, like you're always like on high, like you got to bring it down to it. No, I'm like this. You're not my people. I
Yeah.
love them and I'll conversate with them, but they're not my people. So it's okay. Though you're going to niche it down to a point where you're going to attract the right person, you're also going to repel some others that are not the ones they don't belong on your team. So
And that's
just
good.
want to
Yeah, I'm sorry, and that's good. I mean, it's good to repel the ones that are not supposed to be there. You want your tribe, right? I mean, you want people to be there by the fire. You want them to be there with you. You want to have a community, and that's I love the fourth one where it says like makes one's life easier, better, or more fun, because that's what people look for in social media. Yeah,
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 absolutely.
you look for that, and that's great. Thank you, Omar.
Absolutely. When you look for value, like let's say something that we've learned also, value is that the person leaves with something, at least one of these, number four,
Yeah,
whether they buy from you or not. They left with a piece of information, they left with some tips, they left with a
yeah,
way of solving something, whether they bought from you or not. And that's where value really digs in. Sometimes we think value is just to get them in to buy. No, listen, I have people who they've been sitting on, kind of like behind on the bleachers for a while. They've been watching me for a while. They've been watching me. And it just happens that one day you spark a conversation because they've been observing you so for a while. The closing process, it's
yeah.
almost automatic, bro. It's almost automatic. But anyways, that's I don't mean to digress. Let me just continue here. So let's dig into the 5 types of video content that are gonna get you more eyeballs and more engagement without being an influencer. All right. So let's begin with the first one, though you can't read it. Daniel, can you read it over there?
Yeah, I can. Yes. Where you teach people how to do themselves. Yeah. You DIY, do it yourself.
And I
So
remember
that's
we had last year we had Liam, who is Dan Roja's sister-in-law, I think she is. And she's great with this on YouTube. Like you teach people how to do something that's gonna help them. The DIYs, do it yourselves.
yeah.
Trust me, this is getting eyeballs and it's growing. And it's amazing how people can actually you can solve anything. Like I don't know if you're whatever you have kids, you want to have something. Hey, do it yourself. Help them have healthy snacks for so they don't have to buy gluten stuff or whatever. You can get
Yeah,
stuff like that. Now
exactly.
the next one is pretty well. It's supposed to be without the C, but go ahead, read that. Can you read the next one?
Yeah, sure. Entertainment. Yeah, where you educate and entertain people. That's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, because I'm a teacher, so I love
I see
entertainment.
that. Your content is very like whoever hops on your page is going to stick there because you educate and entertain at the same time in a
No,
way where you connect with them. And I love that from you. I've watched a few of your videos, quite a little bit more than a few, but because I watch them like, oh, this man is so magnetic. Like because you keep them engaged, you keep people in there, and that's how you actually do. I didn't know you were a teacher. Look at that. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
You
Also,
have
it's
that. It's
part of
kind of
my
like
yeah, it's part of my nature, and that's why it's so important to follow your vibe when you're like really niching in, because here entertainment, as you said, I mean, and more if you do it in a fun way. That's why I love your videos too, because they are fun. And they are like they're always changing and shifting, and they're colorful and everything. I'm like, yes, okay, what's next? I don't know what to expect with the videos that you make. So that's something that really attracts, and it's part of that. I mean, you're educating people. It's also fun. It's also because that's something that happens. I mean, some people didn't like school, not because they didn't like learning, but it's because it was not fun sometimes. You remember most of the teachers that actually made it fun, that you had fun learning, that they really made you like catch that thing. And it's the same thing here. I mean, and all of us, we all know something that someone else doesn't know. We all know something, just
absolutely.
communicate it and just be yourself. Yeah. And there are a lot of people that are going to connect with you, because I know that people in network marketing are amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I like the way you bring it. Your vibe attracts your tribe. It's always gonna work like that. You're gonna have the people around your campfire because of the vibe you have. Which brings it to the next one, which is stories. Stories is pretty much self-explained. I don't have to dig in too much. But let's say you're sharing your story. Oh, I'm a former failing dad who could barely pay my bills. And I remember when I was introduced to this industry, and I was just looking for $500 to pay my rent at the end, and take my kids for ice cream. I didn't know the amazingness of this industry that I've now been able to travel with my family to different places on family vacations, everything there, and I don't have to struggle with credit cards or waiting to be not being able to pay the rent, stuff like that.
Yeah.
People connect with you. Hello, today's day, everybody's hurting financially.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of dads who could probably relate with that. But those stories, they connect with the right people, with the right audience. Now, if you do them well enough, you use a little bit the heartstrings, you pull them heartstrings, you're going to attract people you never thought you'd be attracting. And you're going to talk to people that are, everybody's equal, but everybody's valuable. But I'm saying you're going to talk to leads and to people that you never thought would be hurting that way.
Sure. Yeah. And you, in any other circumstances, you wouldn't be able to connect with them. Because now, I mean, you are on their phone, man. Everybody has it, even in their bathroom. they have them there in the palm of your hands. I mean, there are some places that people you're gonna talk to that you will need to have a helicopter or to have a special, I don't know, you have security guards or and people that are not gonna allow you to connect to that person. And thanks to social media, you can actually be in front of them for that little moment. So that's just amazing. And you're in front of them telling them your story. And it could be any kind of story. Just don't think about your story like, okay, it has to be always the same story in network marketing. It's like, no, there are multiple stories that you live within the business, within the product, within here, for example. Today you can say, hey, I was in this training and I learned this. This is something that
I remember sharing a video recently about me doing videos. So I started doing videos like back in 2014. The phone was like far away. There's no lighting. Like, I'm yelling. Oh, you gotta, I'm yelling and you could barely hear it. I'm like, oh my God. You know what? I leave them there because I had a beginning. I don't want people to think I was like, oh my, I'm just natural. I'm floating in the clouds. And I had a beginning and I sucked.
Yes.
And I'm still learning, but it's okay because we're in the process of this learning. As a network marketer, we will always be a student. We're going to always be a servant leader, but we're always going to be in learning mode. There's always much to learn. I learned from every single person in our community and from out in the industry. Like, you just so much to pick on. Me, I love knowledge and I love wisdom. So you can learn on people who has knowledge. They probably have an expertise, or you can learn from somebody who has experiences. And that takes you to a whole next level because you can have conversations with pretty much everybody. All right, so what's the next one? Can you give us the next one?
Next one, we go with tips and secrets. It's similar to DIY with a slight bit of all. I think it's a little bit more strategic. I think it's and it can be a very simple tip. Something that can actually just make a difference. I don't know if you remember, there was one like it was today's years old when I found out that it's something like that. It's not exactly like a recipe. It's not something like this, but it's something that maybe you learn. It's like, hey, I didn't know how to use this, and check it out. This is something that might help you out. And that's very cool. So you do that with your friends. So treat your tribe like that in social media, like your friends that, hey, guys, I think you didn't know this, and maybe this can help you, and this
I think you mentioned that because that's one of the biggest points right there. That right there you mentioned, oh my God, that's gold. If anybody's taking notes, that must be highlighted, underlined, and in caps. Speak like you're speaking to your best friend. Always. Talk like you're in front of the camera. You're not crazy. I'm not crazy. We're not crazy. You speak like you're speaking to your best friend. Trust me. People they magnetize to you. That is so important. Thank you for sharing that. That was powerful.
Yeah, and that's something. If you don't know how to do it, put a picture of your best friend in the back. Yeah, or an image or something behind your phone or somewhere where you can see it and talk to that person while you're filming. So you remember that, or your pet. Your dog to be in the back of your phone, something that can help you just have that vibe all the time and forget about, okay, I'm in front of a camera, I need to be very serious, and like, no, that's not the way you are. If you don't show the way that you are, then let me just say this very fast. When people connect with you and then you get them to have, I don't know, a Zoom call or anything that you can actually have a conversation, they're going to expect to listen to the same person that they have seen in the videos. They're going to expect that. Maybe even a little better version of that, but they expect the same tone, same energy, same level of wisdom in a way. It's not wisdom, but that's why you have the niche. That's a topic that you love. That's what you want. That's what you like to talk about, So if you like to talk about teddy bears and everything has to do about teddy bears, when they talk to you, they want to talk about teddy bears,
So true. So that's the thing. Now that you're touching on that, I'm going to mention two things real quick. When you record your videos, whether it's vertical, which I highly suggest you record them pretty much all because you can post them anywhere, everywhere, every platform. Please look right here at the dot. Look at the dot on your phone. That dot, I'm going to put it just like this. that dot, it's the eyes of the people who are seeing you.
Yeah.
So you're going to connect with them when you look at the dot. Don't look at yourself. It's tempting. I know. But look at the dot because you're going to connect with it at a whole different level. People are going to be
Yeah.
like, damn, he or she spoke to me. They speak to me. They know me. You know, I've had people who be like, man, I don't know you, but I feel like you know me and you were talking to me. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God. All right. Great to meet you. Let's start a conversation. But it's because the connection where you look straight in there, you connect with them. You're being genuine. So they hear your voice, your tonality, they see you, and now they're like, they feel you to a point. It doesn't matter if they're in any part of the world, they see you. And guess what? They feel like they know you. That's
Yeah.
how they connect with you. I don't know if anybody's been here for a hot minute, but anybody who's been here for a hot minute, let's say over a year, let's say, in network marketing, they will mostly tell you first they like you, then they'll like you know, your product, your service, your opportunity. So if they connect with you, they're going to want to know about more about you, and they're going to most likely join with you.
Sure.
Which leads us to the next one.
The next one,
Lifestyle.
lifestyle. I mean, that's what we are preaching here. I mean, if you want to make everyone else want to join us, I mean, they want to know where we're going, right? I mean, like where they can go. So lifestyle videos showing you traveling, freedom, health, results. I mean, everything that has to do with the benefits of doing what you're doing. Yes, or of being really in network marketing and in for life, you know, in this case, if you're seeing us from a different company, I mean, of course, also in that one, but the idea here is that you show what has been that benefit in your life of actually being here. And it's not about let me show you my money and my cars and my house and like no, that's not what we're talking about. You know, we're talking about the that how can I say it? It's like network marketing gives you peace. You know what I mean? It gives you peace. It gives you tranquility to know. It gives you hope. You know, it gives you that, and that's what you need to show to them. It's like, you know, it's amazing to be able to work from home, to not leave my wife for many hours. I mean, to be able to connect with her all the time, to be with my pet on my side, to be with my kids, you know, to be able to travel whenever I need it, you know, and also sometimes you have to accompany someone that you need to be there by their side. And only with network marketing you can make it. You know, it's like, and there are some very specific benefits that we can show only because of how we are able to live, thanks to being in network marketing. You know, so it's like we gotta show that. You know, it's like, yeah, you're telling them the GPS. Okay, here's where we're going, but I mean, show them the pictures of how it looks like. You know, show them how that location looks like. So that's and it makes them dream, because that's what you want. You want to connect in the end with their emotions. You want to connect with that from them. I mean, they say, you know, I really like that, and I'm here in my office, and I don't really like it, you know, and I mean, you make them think, and that's the main idea. You want to start that conversation the right way, you know. And lifestyle, I think it's amazing to give them that vision, you know, to where they can get thanks to network.
Absolutely, we give them directions, but we also show them the virtual tour through Google Maps so they can see the picture.
Yeah.
You know, one person they do really good. There's a couple in here. I don't know if they're on here tonight. Cindy and Elias. They do really good with lifestyle videos. Like, they're traveling all the time. They're like, you have to literally, you know, document that, because that's necessary for people to know, or ask, what are they doing? I want to know. Trust me, that's a magnet for people who like to travel and like to have different lifestyle. Now, it doesn't have to be only traveling. Your freedom, your health, results. You know, John Melton, I don't know if anybody knows who he is. Recently, he was talking and he said, you know, I like the fact that we can tell people, I'm doing this not just because of the money. I do it because it makes me happy. You know, so when you show people that something makes you happy, they want to be happy too. Because a lot of people want to find what they're happy with.
And it could be just like swift changes in your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be like, oh, now I have my jet. You know, no. I mean, it could be just having a routine of, you can integrate exercise every day in your life, and you weren't able to do it before. Yeah. Now you have that extra discipline. You know, now you're able to have the supplements that you want, but you want to actually have the body that you are building. You know, I mean, all those kind of things, little changes. Some people out there can't, or they haven't put them in the right. They haven't given them the importance in their lives. And when they see it with you, they're like, okay, you know, because they're going to choose you as a leader as well. So they want to find someone that is going to inspire them to change their lives, you know, and that's that. And of course, as we are in health and wellness, yes, we have to also show health and wellness, you know, it's like that we are going towards that, you know, that we also promote a life that is a little more balanced in that sense, you know, that is a loving life, that we love to be with our families, that I mean, as we are, you know, and that's not showing everything, you know, because some people also misunderstand this lifestyle. Like, okay, so I have to show everything from my life. It's like, no. I mean, that's not the idea. You have control on what you're sharing or you're not. I share lifestyle as well. I share a lot in my social media, and people don't really know much about my personal life. I mean, sharing lifestyle doesn't mean that you have to just be an open book and everyone to know everything that you do. It's like, no, that's not true. But something that is going to inspire your niche. Yeah, what they really want, what they are really aspire in their lives, so that you can help them out that way. Right, Omar?
Absolutely, absolutely. You said it perfectly. Giving them little snippets of your life, of your daily life, that can keep them just, fed enough to learn about you, but hungry enough to want to know more. And that's
Yeah.
something that, we don't have to be, like you said it perfectly. You don't have to be an open book. I'm going to tell you everything about my life. No, just give them some highlights, give them some reels. Like that's why they call them reels. They're
Yeah.
reels for that purpose. But yeah, you can talk about, like right now, we're having a longevity detox with Dr. Ronnie. I see a lot of people posting, their drinks, their juices, their green juices and stuff like that. That stuff like that, that attracts people too. Just add a little, your little spice to it. Let me give you some two tips, two things not to do when you're juicing on green juices. What? Wait a second, And the second one is gonna blow your mind. I just hope you haven't done this because I just did it. Whatever, you start talking about be natural, be you, and trust me, people connect with that. And don't blame me if after this you have like a load, like you have a squirrel brain. Oh my God, I have so many topics in my head. I want to do them all. Hey, welcome to the club. That happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Truly good
exactly.
honor, man. It's really good. But yeah, focus on just trying the best to be a person of value
Yeah.
and not just a person of influence. That's
Mhm.
a whole different. Then before we close up tonight, I want to give a shout out to these two rock stars. These two rock stars are not directly on my team, but they have believed in me like they were my uplines, like if I was actually under them. But overall, they decided to invest in themselves last month on a pretty decent high ticket. And Dr. Rosanna, I don't even know she's on here tonight. This woman was like shy in camera. She would like, speak a little low. You gotta see her videos. She's
Woo.
crushing it. Her
All right.
personality, she's just shining. She's standing. OMG. And Dan is going through the course and he's eating these modules and he's asking really good questions. Dan has always had a great potential. He's not so outgoing, but he's very eloquent. Like he's very smart. And I actually got the course too, so we're going through that. But I just want to say, I'm glad, I'm proud of them for taking them steps and investing in themselves, but not just for investing, implementing, because they're growing like their life depends on it. They becoming masters. And I
Oh,
like that. So I wanted to point that out. And if you found some value tonight, let us know. Please share in the comments, put some fire emojis, or send us a message. You guys really sucked. I don't want you guys ever again. But I really thank you and appreciate everyone on here tonight. Thank you for letting us, share this with you and being part of this. I can't wait to see most of you crushing it out there